Hi guys, it's me Pallavi back at the Glamorous Studio. It's been a very long time and I have the opportunity to shoot with one of my favorite colleagues, Shruti. She's a dark-skinned girl, as you can see, and a lot of people wonder how you can just do something quickly on the go with the products that you have. It so happens that Shruti actually uses a very, very small number of products, just a bare minimum. It's Studio Fix MAC and Studio Fix Fluid. And they do have long-lasting properties and they do set to matte finishes. But again, I think getting familiar with your own products is one of the first things you should do instead of trying too many products or accumulating too many products. I think over a long period of time, she's found these to work for her. And this is where the question arises, does she need a corrector? Well, I think all of us do need correctors and concealers. But the thing is, if you can make do with what you have in your kit and get the finish that you want, of course, it will never match a professional finish, but you can do amazing things with the colors if you've chosen them right. In her case, she's chosen a product that's really nice and close to her skin. And if you notice, there is a warmth in the color. There's a bit of orange, and that itself helps create a smooth finish and knocks off all the darkness and dullness around her eyes. And I just want to show you, especially the darker skinned girls out there, that it is quite easy. So don't think of it as a challenge. Think of it as something that you're learning, and then slowly build your product line to be able to achieve a professional finish. I'm going to show you how simple it is just with these two products. I have moisturized her face and I have used a primer. I've spoken in several videos about the benefits of the both, so I'm not going to go in there again. The reason I used a primer on her is because she's going to stay in studio, we're shooting all day, and I'm not going to change the base around too much. So I want to basically demonstrate to you how the base stays put if you're careful with your eye makeup and you want to change it through the day. But the base kind of stays put, and it doesn't matter what product you have in your kit, your skincare is actually quite crucial. I'm using a tiny amount of the foundation. So mainly, she has great skin too. It's very even skin, doesn't have many blemishes at all. I'm just going to brighten immediately the under eyes. You can use any tool you like. I like using brushes because I just find them more hygienic to use. You can use sponges if that's what you're comfortable with. I would never advise using your hands only as the only tool because you don't get the same effect in terms of blending. So use brushes or sponges, whatever works for you. And also remember, you don't need to use a lot of product. Makeup doesn't have to look cakey or heavy for it to have any great effect. Make sure everything is well blended. Now using a rounder brush, I'm just taking the remainder of the product and blending it into her face. I don't advocate heavy makeup in general. I like a skin to look like skin, and it is really the trend right now. So you want to be careful with the amount you put on your face. It's not as if you put more, it lasts longer. It's not how it works. Another thing about foundations is there's something called buildability. So you can use it for very sheer finishes like this, where you can see her skin through, and you can even build it up to a full coverage. So don't think that you need to buy about 6 products to get 6 different finishes. That's not how foundation works. Okay, here's the other thing. So Shruti likes to use a Studio Fix powder over her foundation to keep it set and looking matte through the day. There are a few things that I think some of you may not know about Studio Fix foundations or compact powder foundations. I have mentioned this before. So compact powders, which are foundations, are actually foundations. They're not only powders, so they serve a dual purpose. One is that you can use them individually as a foundation. So if Shruti didn't use the liquid, that was okay. She could have used this as a foundation and as a powder. Now if you're using it as a powder, you just use it with a looser brush, so it has the effect of a powder and not a foundation. So it's important to understand what compact powder foundations are. Just because they come in a compact doesn't mean they're only powders. Again, they have buildability like a foundation. You can use it sheer like a powder, or you can use it heavy like a foundation. So I'm going to just even off her skin with this Studio Fix foundation powder. I'm using it very lightly, therefore with a rounded brush. I'm using it only to set her already primed face. So I'm not packing this on to have the effect of a foundation. Instead, I'm just lightly dusting it on to have the effect of a powder. So it's as easy as that. Again, the point of this video was to say you don't have to accumulate too many products. You do normally tend to pick up things that are quite close to your skin if you've been well advised. So stick to those products, find a way for them to work, unless they're way off the key and you need advice. I think after a few years of use, you know that your tone is a certain tone and you know what products you're buying. So don't accumulate more products than you need. First, give them all a good try, and if it doesn't work for you, seek help and buy new products. So that's the point of this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned, stay glamorous.